Salt crust on the glass, horizontal light fading fast. Sand settling in the seas, moving through the quiet scenes, unburdened by the weight of noon, waiting for the silver moon, sinking into the cushion deck, water cooling at the neck. Drift takes hold, the blue turns gold, gravity starts to fall. Slow tide washing over the floor, leaving a noise at the shore. Weightless in the hollow air, nothing left to find or care. Open space and open hands across the cooling desert sands. Orange glow on the white walls, the lengthening shadows as evening falls. Lights melting in the tall grass, watching the velvet hours pass. Low humming in the distant wire, cooling down the daily fire. Breath becoming part of the breeze, stretching out with perfect ease. The drift takes hold, the blue turns gold, gravity starts to fall. Slow tide washing over the floor, leaving the noise at the shore. Weightless in the hollow air, nothing left to find or care. Open space and open hands across the cooling desert sands. Slow tide washing over the floor, leaving the noise at the shore. Weightless in the hollow air, nothing left to find or care. Open space and open hands across the cooling desert sand. Slow tide washing over the floor, leaving the noise at the shore. Weightless in the hollow air, nothing left to find or care. Open space and open hands across the cooling desert sand. The tide races toward the edge of an empty shore, leaving salt trails on a cooling the swirl. Footprints vanished under the rising wash. Time dissolves into the brine and foam. A chance awake within a heavy air, falling into the center of the piece. The landscape blurs into a single line, merging the deep with the infinite. Waiting for the light to disappear into the hollow of the salt and stone. Slow motion waves moving through the dark, floating where the water meets the sky, tracing the outline of a distant calm, drifting in the blue of a fading day. The tide recedes beneath the pale horizon line, leaving diamonds on the cooling sand, sinking feet into the salt and velvet gray. Wait for shadows to reclaim the land. The heat of day is just a phantom memory now, tracing circles in the heavy air. No more voices drifting from the white-walled town, only stillness left for us to share. Drift away, golden light, fading slow, soft retreat. A single lantern flickers on the wooden pier, casting amber ripples through the deep. The island breeze along in steady hollow sigh, while the restless spirits fall to sleep. Every movement feels like floating underwater, held by gravity that won't take hold. Watch the sapphire sky dissolve to deepest charcoal, turning silver as the night unfolds. Stillness calls, midnight blue, quiet hum, move it through, drift away, golden light, fading slow, soft retreat. Drift away, golden light, fading slow, soft retreat. harbor door. Open palms held out to catch the haze. Fragile stillness hanging in the air. Nothing left for us to seek or share. Lost inside the blue and endless maze. Golden embers turning into slate. All the balance of the sinking sun. All the frantic motion is undone. Yielding to the soft approach of fate. Stay suspended in the quiet swell. Let the heavy velvet canopy sink into the center of the sea. Breaking every hollow, shallow spell. Distant beacons that go once and die, leaving only clouds of dark and sand. Breath is moving slower than the land. Underneath the vast and vacant sky, cooling stones give up their borrowed heat to the mercy of the rising spray. Every day of matter in the day lies forgotten at our very feet. Time is stretching thin and turning cold, washing out the traces of the race, finding meaning in the vacant space, watching every story unfold. Golden embers turning into sleep. Hold the balance of the sinking sun. All the frantic motion is undone. Yielding to the soft approach of fate. Stay suspended in the quiet swell. Let the heavy velvet canopy sink into the center of the sea. Breaking every hollow, shallow spell. The tide recedes beneath the lavender horizon. Salt air lingers on the velvet skin of evening. Sands cooling down under the heavy stillness. Moving through the haze of a dying afternoon. Shifting shades of gold dissolve into the marble blue. Barefoot steps vanishing where the foam begins to curve. Tracing the edge of a world that breathes in circles, counting heartbeats against the sway of the deep. Slow motion drifting, saltwater memories, weightless in the amber glow, deep sea serenity. Silence has a frequency, humming through the coral light. across the morning frost. swaying like hell in the undertow, with nowhere left for the mind to go. Resting deep where the water turns cold before the stories of the night are told. The horizon blurs into a violet line, suspended in a pocket of stolen time. Breath catches slow in the cooling air, while the silence finds us everywhere. Wait for the tide to pull us through, leaving behind the world we knew. Soft as a foam on a jagged stone, a heavy calm we can call our own. Wait for the tide to pull us through, leaving behind the world we knew. Soft as a foam on a jagged stone, a heavy calm we can call our own. Wait for the kite to pull us through, leaving behind the world we knew. Soft as a foam on a jagged stone, a heavy calm we can call our own. Wait for the tide to pull us through, leaving behind the world we knew. Soft as the foam on the jagged stone, a heavy calm we can call our own. The speakers hum with a steady weight, dragging us down to a hollow state. Feet sink deep in the cooling sand, far from the noise of the crowded land. Pale blue signals from the lighthouse beam cut through the middle of a waking dream, fading out till the colors bleed, taking exactly what the senses need. The horizon blurs into a violet line, suspended in a pocket of stolen time. Breath catches slow in the cooling air, while the silence finds us everywhere. Wait for the tide to pull us through, leaving behind the world of moon. Soft as a foam on a jagged stone, a heavy calm we can call our own. Wait for the tide to pull us through, leaving behind the world in you. Soft as a foam on a jagged stone, a heavy calm we can call our own. The tide recedes beneath the pale horizon, leaving traces on the cooling sand. Saffron light dissolves into the stillness. I watch the motion slip through my hand. The distance breathes a quiet indigo. Small ripples blur the line of where we go, drifting slow. Liquid light grows thin, where the ocean ends and the soul slips in. Slow currents pour, falling into the blue. Deep stillness remains, only fragments of you. Slow currents pour, falling into the blue. Deep stillness remains, only fragments of you. Slow currents pour, falling into the blue. Deep stillness remains, only fragments of you. The tide recedes beneath the pale horizon. Bare feet sinking into cooling grains. Shadows lengthen where the salt hill lingers, moving through the silence of the tomb. Stillness takes the weight of day. Fading light begins to drift. Nothing left to hold or say as the heavy shutters shift. Slow wave, slow motion, deep blue, deep patient, falling softly under the surface. Cicadas falling quiet as the breeze begins to turn. A single bell tolls from the chapel on the hill, carrying the scent of wartime through the open door. Close your eyes and watch the colors bleed away. The architecture of the day is crumbling into stars. Liquid sapphire turning into liquid charcoal, folding into the endless embrace of the horizon. Golden hours turning into silver silence, drifting through the stillness of the deep swallowed air. The one phrase seed into the velvet dark. Nothing remains but the slow breath of the sea. Time is a circle drawn in the shifting sand. The current pulls the memories out to reach the shelf. Wash away the debris of the frantic morning, sink into the mercy of the cooling limestone. Golden hours turning into silver silence, drifting through the solace of the deep shore. The one proceed into the velvet dark. Nothing remains but the slow breath of the sea. Golden hours turning into silver silence, drifting through the stillness of the deep shore. The one proceed into the velvet dark. Nothing remains but the slow breath of the sea. Tiger seeds beneath the cooling haze, moving slow through the velvet salt and foam. No anchors dragging in the indigo, just the stillness where the ember light stays. Drifting dissolve under a weightless dome. Watch the horizon fall, tracing the path back home. Soft edges blur into the blue, everything quiet and nothing to do, just floating away from the shore. Pale dust dancing on the shifting crest, where the silence meets the open deep, casting shadows on the limestone floor before the long afternoon goes to sleep. Drifting the salt under the weightless stone. Watch a horizon fold, trace through the path back home. Drifting the salt. Drifting the soul under the weightless stone. Watch the horizon fold, tracing the path back home. I see you thinking glass half gone, but your guard's still drinking heat on skin. And the room keeps shrinking. You say slow, but your pulse says different. You wanna move, but you play it safe. I see the truth written on your face. Stepping closer, I can read your mind. You won't be late, but you're right on time. Hey, you keep me up all night. Up all night, up all night. Hands on my body, don't stop the vibe. You say night. Up all night, up all night. Right here, right now. You keep me up all night, up all night. Hands on my body, don't stop the vibe. You say night. Up all night, up all night. Right here, right now. Lean that way, and the floor starts bending. You turn back, like the night's pretending. Talk that talk, but your hips keep sending every note with a maybe ending. You wanna move, but you play it safe. I see the truth written on your face. Stepping closer, I can read your mind. You don't wanna be late, but you're right on time. Oh yeah, you keep me up all night. Up all night, up all night. Hands on my body, don't stop, lose that mind, just stay right. Up all night, up all night. All night, right here, right now. Keep me all night, up all night. Hands on my body, don't stop, there's that mind, just stay right. Up all night, up all night. All night, right here, right now. Woke up in a loading screen. Your name flickers in the corner. Half a heart and a latency, but I still feel you getting warmer. Tiny errors in my chest, every breath a small distortion. I keep scrolling through the mess for a clean frame of your motion. You're my signal through the static, cutting sharp across the noise. Every glitch becomes a pattern, every crackle turns to choice. When the world breaks into fragments and the frames fall out of time, you align me like a planet, pull me back into your sky. sky. Your fingers trace little circles on my wrist. Every breath between us feels like it always existed. Eyes half closed, you lean into my space like you're answering a question I didn't say. Stay here, don't move. The world can spin beneath us. Your halo on your hands, my heart inside your touch. We're rising slow and weightless, held in quiet plans, like we were made for this. Your halo on your hands. Soft light on your shoulder, on your neck. I forget every story before you. Mouth by my ear, you're a prayer I never planned. Every word you're breathing turns to gold against my skin. Stay here, don't move. The world can spin beneath us. Your halo on your hands, my heart inside your touch. We're rising slow and weightless, held in quiet plans, like we were made for this. Your halo on your hands. Halo on your hand. Say my name, barely say it. Let it fall apart in the dark. If this is just a moment, let it feel like forever in your arms. Stay here, don't move. The world can spin beneath us. Your halo on your hands, my heart inside your touch. We're rising slow and weightless, held in quiet plans, like we were made for this. Your halo on your hands. You were standing on the runway, heart packed in a paper bag. Every promise in a suitcase, every fear you never unpacked. Clouds are carving out a doorway, sunlight spilling through the cracks. I can feel you in the distance, reaching out, reaching back. All different futures, pulling the same sky. We're breaking through the blue tonight. I feel you in the rise, skyline made of echoes, calling out your name so high. We're racing on a wave of light, nothing in the way, If the world falls quiet, our hearts keep shouting your name. Hold on when everything is shaking. Hold on to every vow we're making. Close your eyes, we're weightless. One breath, we're ageless. We're endless tonight.